Welcome to the MFR Coaches podcast, where we talk about how you can create a six-figure MFR practice. I'm your host, Heather Hommel. Not only have I been practicing MFR for 11 years, I'm also a life and business coach, especially for MFR therapists. My goal is for you to understand how to get fully booked, how to talk to your clients, and how to make sure they understand what's possible for them with MFR treatment. I'm here to help you stop under-earning, overworking, and burning out. I'll lend support so you can create the MFR practice you've always wanted. Learn how you can do it too, even if you live in a tiny town, and even if you're just starting out, and even if you've ran your practice for years. Let's go. Today is the day. The wait list already knows this, but for everyone else, I want you to know too. This is pretty important stuff. I have a brand new coaching offer and enrollment is happening right now. So listen carefully. From now until June 30th, you can enroll as a founding member into the MFR Coaches 12-month Business Foundation program, where you'll create the foundation for your six-figure MFR business. And you heard that right. It's a 12-month program. When you enroll as a founding member by June 30th, you will get these bonuses: my 350-page workbook printed and delivered to your door, instant access to the course portal with all of my digital trainings, materials, and coaching replay calls. You'll also get a payment plan. This program is a $3,000 investment. When you enroll before June 30th, you get the option to make payments at no extra cost to you. Let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect while you're in this program. Starting August 1st, we will have live weekly coaching calls on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Central. These calls will run for the entire length of your 12-month program, and you'll be able to catch the replays both in the course portal and on a private podcast channel just for group coaching members. Starting August 1st, you will be invited to join your private Facebook group with other MFR therapists who are on the same mission to create a six-figure MFR business without burning out. You will enjoy all of this for the entire length of 12 months. Create changes in your business and get continued support as you grow and change personally and professionally. Show up to the live calls and get your questions answered and get coached through any dilemma or challenge that presents itself along the way. Get support in the Facebook group and be a part of one of the best communities ever. Use the course portal and listen to the replays from every group I've ever had to help you speed through any problem you might be facing right now and move on to the next thing that you have on your list to tackle. There's zero confusion, zero drama, and zero bullshit. This is a one-time fee, 12 months of awesomeness, and you need to join right now. You have until June 30th to take advantage of the bonus offers, which include the printed workbook sent to your home, instant access to the course portal ahead of the live coaching program start date, which is August 1st, and you get that payment option of 3 payments. After June 30th, you can still enroll, but you will pay in full and you will not get the workbook sent to your home. So decide you are in now. You spend a lot of money investing in your skill set. Now invest in your business and learn how to put those skills to use. Sell MFR, understand how to set your rates, talk to clients, and get them the results that they want. Go to www.themfrcoach.com/coaching to enroll right now. Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another audio-visual version of the MFR Coaches podcast. I am here with Kris Domingo. Kris, tell us the name of your business and where you're located.
Shift Mind, Body, Spirit in Berkeley, California.
Awesome. I almost thought you said shit at first. I was like, wait a minute. It's Shift Mind, Body, Spirit.
Shift.
Okay, everybody simmer down, especially me. I've been recording podcasts all day, so I'm a little delirious, but this is going to be super fun. Okay, so tell us what made you come to coaching? What made you join us back in July of last year?
I saw in my jobby side hustle as an MFR therapist, I was starting to see some possibilities. I was just starting to make more money. And I think in one day I made like $375, and that was a big deal to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'd heard about you, and I started looking you up. I got your book, and then I saw that you did coaching, and I had just missed it. So it was like the November group that I was going to go for. And then you had an opening that popped up, and I jumped on it.
I love that so much. Yes, you did. And I saw your name come across and I was like, oh, this will be so fun. How did you hear about me? Was it from were you already listening to the podcast? Or?
I think it was MFR Insight, actually. I think I saw Heather Hommel, and then I looked you up, and then I started listening to your podcast, and then that's how I found you.
Okay, cool. I always am interested in how things collide in the universe and bring me the best clients ever. So that's fun. Okay, so why don't you tell us a little bit about how do you run your business? Because you are still working in a hospital, you're a physical therapist. So tell us a little bit about how you set this up and why it's perfect for you.
Okay, so I am a single mom, and I have two young girls. They are 8 and 10. And I work at a hospital part-time. So I'm an inpatient physical therapist. I actually love it. And I work 3 days a week, and I get full benefits. So the way I set my MFR business up is I work Monday, Tuesdays during school hours, and then I leave here and I pick my kids up and take them to martial arts and whatever the activities are. And then I'm still able to do everything.
That's awesome. So are you still able to make money working 2 days a week in your MFR business?
Yeah.
Yes. Like, duh.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us a little bit about kind of what your goals were and what are your goals now with this practice?
Okay. So my goals, like monetary goals?
Yeah, all of them.
All
Share
goals.
whatever you want to share with us. We're watching, we're listening. We love it all.
Okay. So my goals for this business basically are to meaningfully support my girls and I. One of the things that happened during my divorce is I have a huge amount of debt. It was given to me.
Oh, that's a fun win.
It was a fun win. So I have like 40 grand in debt from the divorce. And so this business is to help me get back on my feet, pay off the debt, and then start thinking about future, house, whatever's next. However, getting rid of the debt's the big one. And then being able to meaningfully support my girls and I, and being able to pay for cool experiences and activities and things that they want to do and that I want to do.
That's really fun.
And not get into more debt. So,
okay. All right. So along those lines, now you have debt to pay off. Are you just putting all of your MFR money towards that debt, or are you still able to like kind of decide what you want to do with it ahead of time and have fun with that money? Like, are you counting that as extra money or money to live off of?
So that's my next goal is to figure out what to do with this, because I have not made this much money on my own ever. So I've always had the steady PT job that gives me, a certain amount hourly. So if you want to talk about my numbers, we can talk about that, because
let's do it.
Okay. And then we could talk about, so I'm not sure the answer to that question, but then we can talk about that. So
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So tell me your number. You just share them however you have them organically, and I'll ask questions.
Perfect. So before I started working with you, my MFR business was more like a side hustle. It was something I did, couple times a month, I would go travel to somebody's house,
Mhm.
and that was it, right? I
Mhm.
told people, and it was great. It was like, oh, I'd maybe make an extra couple $100 a month. And then that's when I started seeing the possibilities, when I made like 600 or 700 in 1 month. So
Mhm.
that was like, oh, okay, this could be something. So, but like I said, it was a jobby. So I
Mhm.
didn't even really track that well. So January to July of 2022, I made 3175.
Okay, so $3,175. I mean, not
Yes.
too shabby just for like not even trying, right? You were just
Yes.
kind of hobbying it out, whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And then, so I started coaching with you end of July. And in 2022, from August to December, I made $9,390. So
Great.
$9,390.
Okay, so you tripled what you made before on your own.
Yes.
Great.
So that was last year. And then from January of 2023 to today, I have made $19,580.
That's so fun. So it's like having an extra 20 grand in your pocket in addition to your salaried job.
Yes.
What's it like having that extra money? I mean, that's almost half your debt. You could pay it off. Like you could just do a
Yes.
big payment.
Yes. And so that's what I'm working on now is, where is my money going?
Mhm.
Right. So I haven't really used it to pay off debt yet. However, I've not gotten into more debt. So
Mhm.
when I was looking at my business expenses, I have paid for coaching. So
Mhm.
that's already paid for itself. And then on top of that, I signed up for 4 MFR seminars this year.
Okay,
Already
great.
paid that off.
Love that.
I did fascial pelvis in just like 2 or 3 months ago. And
Mhm.
so this money paid for the babysitter that I had to take to come with me so I could go to the seminar. It paid for an extra special Airbnb that I got a game room so my kids could do something while I was at the seminar.
That's fun.
And yeah, paid for food and everything. So, and I've already bought plane tickets to 2 of the other seminars.
That's so cool. What's that like having the freedom to be able to do that? Like, not only can you pay to go to the seminars, get yourself there, but you're bringing your family with you with a babysitter and going the extra mile to get the fun Airbnb so that you're making it an experience for your family.
It's awesome. It's awesome. And it's interesting, like having you as a coach, I've had to get coached through that.
Mhm.
So like, even when I was getting the Airbnb, it was kind of like, it was like a difference of $150. And yet, because my brain was still in this like small mode of, I don't have money,
Mhm.
it was a struggle for me to even make that decision. So
Yeah.
you helped me do that and actually enjoy it. Like, wait a second, like I just made 20 grand. Like, this is kind of cool. And,
Mhm.
and you say this all the time, having the money doesn't make you feel better.
Mhm. Yeah. What are your thoughts about that now, having experienced having an extra chunk of money and actually not like you don't feel better even when you plan to have fun, like it's still a little bit scary or whatever. I don't know what you were experiencing by making that decision. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I I just like, okay, here's an example, right?
Mhm.
So I just had my biggest day.
Mhm.
What was it? I made $2,800 in one day.
Mhm.
And I saw that and I was numb. Like, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, this is cool. I've never done this before. And yet I couldn't even celebrate. It was like this weird thing. And then I couldn't really share with anybody else because I didn't want to feel like I was bragging. And so
Mhm.
I had, you coached me through that. And I'm still getting comfortable, and it is getting more comfortable, and I am
Mhm.
enjoying things more. And it's also taken work for me to get there, like with the
Mhm.
mind stuff.
So normal and so good to be exploring all of these things so that when you're making six figures in your side hustle, right? Like it's totally fine to have this as a side, as your side business. It's a legitimate business, though it's not a jobby, right? This is not a hobby. This is a serious business. But when you get there, you want to be kind of titrating yourself up to this level and knowing exactly what you're going to do with your money. And of course, that's stuff we coach on. I've created programming around how to manage your money and how to pay yourself regularly and all that stuff. Plus, we have more coming, which is going to be so fun. But yeah, it's not the money that makes you feel better or create safety. It's your brain, it's your thoughts about the money that creates the safety. And it takes some practice, especially if you have any kind of trauma around money or if you have thoughts about debt. I used to carry a significant amount of debt and had a lot of shame around that. And I've just learned that it was really kind of a privilege to be able to take out the debt in the first place. And secondly, to be able to create what I needed in the moment by renting the money also was such a cool thing. Like there doesn't have to be this shame or heaviness around having debt. And now I'm probably always going to have debt in some sort of way. I mean, I have a mortgage on my house, I have a note on my car, but I'm never ashamed of those things. And that's debt. Like there's no such thing as good debt or bad debt. It's just a circumstance. And what do we know about circumstances, Kris Domingo?
They are neutral.
That's right. That's right. Our circumstances are neutral. So our debt, the amount of money we have in debt is neutral. The amount of money we have in our savings and checkings accounts, it's neutral.
Yeah.
Some people have $100,000 in their checking accounts and they don't feel safe. And some people have $2,000 in their checking account and feel completely safe. That always blows my mind.
Yeah. Those are all the things that I'm working on.
Yeah. And I think it's beautiful to be working on those things because you only get better at it. Like this is just the beginning. We're just exploring this stuff. You're just newly divorced, right? You don't even know how to be out in the world yet, right?
Seriously. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like that's such a fun time to be going through coaching or to be in an environment like this, to be exploring your thoughts, the way you think about yourself, the way you think about your business, because this isn't just fully business related. I'm a life and business coach, and there's definitely a lot of life that happens while you're creating your business. Would you say that that's helped in your life front on things?
Yes. Yes. It's not just the business stuff. All the stuff you teach, it's helped me in everything else as well.
Good. I'm glad. I mean, that's my experience too with my, paying for my own coaching. I, for the first time ever, like in 2020, when I hired my very first coach, that was my very first really large investment in myself and my business. And I've never stopped investing since that point. Like the investments have just gotten bigger and bigger, but the leaps and the bounds and the changes have gotten bigger and faster, and the momentum is crazy now at this point. And it also doesn't mean that I don't have a human brain and I don't suffer when circumstances happen, like human suffering doesn't go away, but the ability to manage your mind around whatever is happening is a huge, huge magic trick. And I love having it. And I love sharing it with the people that I coach.
Yes. And you do very well. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for being so coachable. What would you say is your biggest win that you've had so far during coaching?
So the biggest win that I think has affected everything is, well, there's a couple. So figuring out my rate and getting comfortable with it. Mm-hmm. And a year later, I am almost fully comfortable with it.
You don't even need to be fully comfortable in order. Like you're getting so good at selling it. Aren't you proud of yourself at how you can sell it?
Well, yes. So that's the other thing. So those are the two biggest things. It was figuring out the rate and then just learning how to sell MFR and being confident in myself as a therapist and the questions to ask. And I'm still getting better at that, right? It's a work in progress. However, the more I do it, the more confident I feel. And I feel like I've hit a turning point, like this switch just happened very recently, which makes me really excited. Because before it was like, oh, trying to explain MFR to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, it's not a massage, and it's this like thing, this woo-woo thing, right? Like, how do you, that I know it'll make you feel better. I don't really know how to explain it to you. I just know, I put my hands on you and you'll feel better.
Mm-hmm. Want to give me some money?
Totally. So that's how I felt about it before. Now I'm getting better at this can help you and being more specific. And what's got me really excited is that I am an MFR therapist.
I
Like,
love
I'm
that.
a John Barnes myofascial release trained therapist. This work is super special. No, it's not a massage. So yes, it's absolutely gonna cost you more because the work I do is special. I spend a lot of money and time to learn this and immerse myself in it. And guess what? There's not a lot of us.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
It's hard to find. So yeah, like this
And
is,
even if it wasn't hard to find, I think it still will command a rate, like a higher rate, because of the results that are possible.
possible. Yes.
Like how like neurosurgery costs more than maybe bunion surgery.
Right.
I hope I'm right.
Yeah. Right.
Right. It's more specialized. There's more risk involved with the neurosurgery, but yeah. Tell me a little bit about how you came to realize that you are and started to identify as a John Barnes trained myofascial release therapist and really started to embrace that identity. What changed?
So I've always loved the work, right? I've loved the work, but working with you, I talk about it all the time now. Like, this is what I do. So I see somebody in pain. Like I had a doctor's appointment today. We were talking and I'm like, she was telling me she's had pain, nothing's worked. She's had surgery. I was like, I can help you. I gave her my card and I looked her in the eye and I'm like, I can help you with that. And
that's so good.
It's, yeah. So the things that we learn by working with you is we have to lead. I have to go first. And we know that with going to seminars and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for you to unwind if you've never gone to unwinding.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That class. It's going to be hard for you to hold space for people when they're having an emotional thing if you haven't done it yourself.
Yeah. If you haven't had a healing crisis, you are going to be freaked out if your clients have one.
Exactly. So embodying that and getting treated on a regular basis and going to more seminars and just speaking it has made me more confident. And I use it whenever I can. So even in the hospital, I tell all the nurses and like the other therapists, I'm like, if you have somebody you don't know what to do with, give them to me. Like, I'm happy to treat them. Like, I want to put my hands on them.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not afraid of this. I'll come in there.
Yeah, absolutely. So
that's so good. So that probably gives you so much more exposure to complicated cases, complex situations, and
yes,
and out of your comfort zone, right?
Yeah. So in the hospital, I see really medically complicated patients, right? Very, and occasionally I'll work on the rehab unit, and these people are there for rehab and they've had multiple surgeries. This is surgery number 5 or 6. And so that's another reason why my confidence has gone up, is because when I work on these people, a lot of times they'll tell me, I don't know what you just did. It just looked like you put your hands on me. However, I haven't felt this good in years, or I haven't been pain-free since whatever it was. So it's really, really cool and exciting.
That is so exciting. And I love that you brought up the part of like you're living your product, you're a product of your product. You not only just go to seminars to enhance your skill level. I mean, you're doing that, but you're also getting treated outside of that. And I think that that's a really big mistake that a lot of MFR therapists are doing. I'm not afraid to call people out. So if you feel called out, go and sign up for treatment. If you're listening to this, the more treatment you get, the better therapist you're going to be. And also you become a product of your product. It's easier to talk to clients about booking lots of treatment when you're willing to pay for it. If you're not willing to pay your rate, your clients won't be willing to pay your rate. You need to be out there practicing the exchange of money, the exchange of time, the exchange of energy, the willingness to have a healing crisis of your own when you don't have time for it, like all of those things. If you can't make time for that, how do you expect your clients to? I will get off my soapbox, but that, that is one of the things, I said this in another episode, that I am the most proud of product-wise of my programming here is the therapists that go through coaching with me are the therapists that are not only taking lots of seminars while we're even in coaching. So they're investing at a very high level, but they're investing in themselves in getting treatment and they're paying for it. And they're willing to pay their rate and the other therapist's rate. They're not doing exchanges. They're not deciding they can't afford it. They're product of their product. And that's something that I am extremely proud about. And I'm extremely proud to hear that that's how you treat your business and yourself and the modality of MFR. It really does command this level of respect. And here we are.
Absolutely. And that is a product of coaching. Like that, I got that from you. So
good.
Yeah.
Well, good. It's working then.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you'll start to notice when you go to seminars and you hear the way other people talk about how miserable they are, that they're not getting treated or they're only getting treated at seminars because it's just never occurred to them to seek it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or to pay
get treated.
Get treated. Heather Hummel said you have to get treated. I'm so bossy today. Oh my gosh. So when you came to coaching, was there any kind of idea of what you thought it would be like and anything that surprised you or anything where you were like, oh, this is different than I thought?
No, I didn't really have, I was just excited to work with you, honestly. So it's right up my, you just taught me a lot of things. Like the model was awesome. The model is awesome because while I knew a lot of the concepts that you were teaching, putting it in that way makes it really organized and easy to.
It's like obvious. It becomes obvious. Yeah. Yeah. I like it too. I think everybody that has been everybody's answer so far is, I really like thought work in the model. So I'm glad because that's how I was trained at life coach school. So that is what you get when you work with me. Like that is the main tool. And of course there's a lot. What do you think about like the content of the program? Have you spent a lot of time in the modules or do you mainly come for the life coaching? Like what's your experience of?
Oh, no, both of them. So all of them are very valuable and it's great because you have everything. So depending on where you're at in your business, you can delve into whatever applies to you. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the foundation for the coaching is the Raise Your Rate Bootcamp to just kind of figure out like, this is where I'm at. This is what I need. So this is what I want to charge or need to charge. And then you do the coaching around that. The belief work on MFR, right? Our belief in ourselves, our clients and the results. That's amazing. The money stuff. So all of it, I consume all of it. And at different times, there's so much that I go to what's applicable to me right now. So there's still some stuff that I haven't done because I just haven't been there or I'm not ready.
Yeah. So I shared with you about the new 12-month program that's coming in. What are your thoughts about that 12-month program?
I'm really excited and I feel like you're giving it away. Honestly, so for anybody listening, can I say what it is?
Yeah, you can say it. Yeah, you can say it.
Yeah. So I think you said that you're going to be charging $3,000 for a whole year.
I am. Yeah.
If you're listening to this, you better snap that up because that's probably going to change. That just seems amazing to have support for a whole year at $3,000. It's invaluable. And then people can work at their own pace. However, if you want to accelerate it, boom.
Yeah, I think in this program will be the same in that you can create whatever you need to or want to for your business wherever you're at in 90 days. And then you can choose, like, without having to opt in again, to continue to get surround care with live coaching for an entire year.
Mhm.
It's going to be incredible. And then I've developed a mastermind for people like Kris who have already coached with me and that are making 50K and beyond, who are going to six figures, to really help to scale those next level things and to talk about more like money expansion and all of that stuff. So we're going to have a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And I'm super excited for new therapists, or not even new therapists, but therapists that are new to coaching, to opt in and to see what's possible for them, like with continued coaching for an entire year. Because you and like Sarah Borda and Tracy Paglia, like you guys and some of my original clients that did one-on-one coaching with me too, are an anomaly with staying in coaching for an entire year. And I think your results and the mindset that you guys have created is different than people that have went through 3 months and then got in and got out. It's just a different result.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want everybody to have the opportunity to have that.
Yeah. And it's awesome. And the reason why I keep re-upping is because I know there's more. And I'm sure I could get this result and it would probably take me 3 to 5 years. So,
oh yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah. Like you can create six figures, you could create whatever goal you want in your business. Like just because of the fact that you would, I have no doubt that you would do it. But yeah, how fun to like fast track it and also feel better while you're doing it and to have a fun and like kind of a luxurious experience of the whole thing.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because that is a big part. For me, it's okay, these are my goals. Yes, this is what I want to achieve. And I want to enjoy it while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And that helps you. Coaching with you helps so much with that.
Well, thank you very much. I love being your coach. All right. Well, I want to wrap this up so that you can leave and get your girls. Is there anything else you wanted to sign off with? Please let us know where people can find you.
Okay. So the one thing I would say is sign up for coaching. It's so worth it. You won't regret it. You'll get something out of it and you'll probably make lots more money and enjoy doing it. And the world needs more of us MFR therapists. So yes. And you can find me at www.shiftmindbodyspirit.com. And I have those same handles on Instagram and Facebook. So
awesome. That's so good. And you're starting to really up your social media game. So it's really fun to follow you and see you experimenting and putting yourself out there.
Yes. That's thanks to you. Yep.
Yeah, I love watching the whole thing. All right, everybody. Thanks to Kris. Thanks for joining us on another audio video mini episode of the MFR Coaches podcast. Be back with more soon. We'll see you then. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me today. My mission is to help every MFR therapist become a part of the movement where no MFR therapists ever under-earn or burn out. Join my 12-month coaching program. You'll spend the first 90 days setting up your foundation to create your six-figure business. Then you'll go to work and uncover exactly what's holding you back from the business that you want and desire. Get support while you raise your rates, set your policies, and learn how to talk about MFR and how to sell MFR in service of your clients. Learn exactly how you can do it too, even if you live in a tiny town and even if you've had your business for years. This program is open to all MFR therapists who want to create what is possible when you stop playing small and start showing up in your full power as the John Barnes trained MFR therapist you are. Put your magic to work in the world and help more people get out of pain and back to active lifestyles. I'll help you do it. Go to www.themfrcoach.com/coaching and sign up right now.